Yes. Tahu.
Tahu.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Compounding.
Affixation.
Conversion.
Kenapa ke?
Ads is clipping.
Do you know why ads become clipping? This is because it shortened the word advertisement by removing few letters and become ad.
Compounding.
Water is conversion.
Water conversion. We know that conversion is a process that uses an existing word as a different part of speech. Water is a noun, but in this context, water became a verb because it is to show water something or to pour water on plants.
Compounding.
Homemade is compounding. This is very easy. It combines the word home plus made and form a new word, homemade.
Acronym.
Affixation.
Lastly, poisonous is affixation. This involves suffix OUS. Instead of a poisoned, a noun, when we add suffix OUS, it becomes adjective.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Camila. Now let's move on to types of word formation in English. But before that, do you guys know what is word formation? Unger 2010 defined word formation as creating new words from existing words. We can add a syllable or another word in the general process. Okay, now let's move on to the types of word formation. Firstly, affixation. This involves adding prefix, for example, un in unhappy, or suffix, for example, er in better, to existing words to create new ones. Next, compounding. It is when we combine two or more separate words to form a new word. For example, moonlight from moon and light. After that, conversion, also known as zero derivation. It involves using an existing word as a different part of speech without adding any suffixes. For example, the word empty. Can you empty the bin for me? It changed from adjective to word. Fourth, clipping. Clipping occurs when we remove some segment of an existing word to create a synonym. For instance, gymnasium becomes gym. The fifth one is blending. According to Josh Yu 2022, it is the combination of two separate forms to produce a single new term. It can be portrayed in the word camcorder, which is a combination of the word camera and recorder.
The next type word of formation is acronym. This process involves creating words from the initial or first letter of a group of words. For example, NASA. NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Next, back formation. This process involves creating a new word by removing an apparent prefix from an existing word. For example, edit derived from editor. Next, coinage. This refers to the creation of entirely new word, often through the invention of brand names of terms. For example, Kleenex for facial tissue. Next, borrowing. It involves adapting words from other language. For example, sushi from Japanese. And the last one is onomatopoeia. This process involves creating words that imitate sound. For example, moo for cows and meow meow for cats.
English word formation can have a positive impact on native speakers of the Malay language. Today, I will highlight the ways in which it benefits Malay speakers. One significant advantage is vocabulary expansion. English word formation, with its uses of prefixes, suffixes, and compound words, allows Malay speakers to expand their English vocabulary. By understanding these word formation patterns, they can decipher the meanings of unfamiliar words and make educated guesses about their usage. This expanded vocabulary not only enhances their English language skills, but also contributes to their overall linguistic proficiency. It enables them to express themselves more precisely and effectively in both spoken and written English. Additionally, the knowledge of English word formation can be beneficial beyond English itself. It provides a solid foundation for learning related languages. English shares similarities in word formation with other Germanic languages like German or Dutch. This shared understanding makes it easier for Malay speakers to recognize and grasp word formation patterns in those languages as well. The ability to identify and utilize word formation rules across languages open doors to new linguistic horizons. It facilitates the acquisition of additional languages, broadening their cultural and communicative capabilities. By embracing English word formation, Malay speakers gain valuable skills that extend beyond English itself. It empowers them to navigate a wider linguistic landscape and engage in diverse social, academic, and professional contexts with confidence. Embracing the positive impact of English word formation can unlock new opportunities for growth and communication. It allows Malay speakers to harness the power of language and embrace the richness of linguistic diversity.
Hi, now let me explain to you about the negative impact of English word formation on Malay speakers. Now, one of the challenges that Malay speakers may face when learning English is the complexity and unfamiliarity of English word formation rules. English has many irregular verbs like go for when and gone, or do for did and done, where these past tense and past participle form do not follow regular patterns. It can be tricky for Malay speakers to remember and use this irregular form correctly in English. Additionally, English has borrowed words from various languages. Take word agenda, for example. In English, it refers to a list of items to be discussed, but in Malay, agenda means a diary or planner. These differences in meaning and usage can pose challenges for Malay speakers. Now, moving on to another aspect, which is language interference can also occur when Malay speakers unintentionally apply English rules, formation rules in their Malay sentences. Let's consider an example. A Malay speaker might create a sentence like, "Saya sudah men-check email." I write check email. By incorporating the English word check into the Malay sentence structure, this can result in non-standard or unnatural sentence in Malay. Now, to overcome these challenges, Malay speakers learning English should expose themselves to authentic English texts, practice irregular verbs, and engage with the language consistently. Understanding specific word formation rules and patterns of English can help navigate its complexities effectively. Now, that's a wrap for today's vlog on the impact of English word formation on Malay speakers. Remember, while it may present some challenges, with practice and exposure, mastering English word formation is definitely achievable.